Hey everybody, this is Al Spath, Positive Poker Insiders. Today we're going to go over to True Poker, not to Go Poker India, although we're going to be broadcasting this on the Go Poker India overlay, as you see right below my picture down there. And I'm at a single table tournament. It's $16.50 or $15 to get into. I'm on the button. It's been playing for about 5 or 10 minutes. Two guys have already tossed away their chips. This is the first hand I've actually played, and I won't be going any further in it. I just wanted to go ahead and lay down some markers here. I had a client, John Bola, contacted me today. He was an old TNT, Victory Poker, Doyle's Room, all those different sites that we used to have, and he's down in Florida playing, and he's back playing tournament poker, and he was talking about the way the new player pre-flop is so aggressive and so wild, and which he sees on TV, and he wanted some techniques on how to deal with them. And I think the biggest thing that we need to talk about is not to play a tournament backwards. A lot of times, and Terry Ring was very much on the same page as me when he was alive. He passed last year, and a lot of people just play crazy early on. They can't win the tournament, but they play crazy. Like these two guys, they're on the rail. For what reason? There's no reason to be playing like that. So they play it backwards. They should be aggressive later on in the tournament. So we're going to just be quiet, let everybody else do their work, kind of like we did, or I did at the Go Poker India Chennia Championship on Sunday, which I won. I just let other people do the work for me, and when I had a good hand, I try to get good value out of it. And that's what I'm going to do here today. That means a lot of passes, a lot of folds, especially this early. Now, early in the tournament, I like to still see flops with pairs and some suited connectors if it hasn't been raised. And towards the middle of the tournament, those cards go down in value, and then they go back up in value at the end when you're heads up with somebody and you've got a pair of fours or fives against an ace jack or an ace queen making a stand. You'll take that race. But in the middle, you want to avoid those. In the beginning, you want to spend as little as you can with them and try to flop big and catch a set or something like that. There's a lot of people that like to two bet, but don't like when you three bet back at them, and that's one thing I'll be working with John on once I see what his game. He's a very tight player, very conservative type player, kind of similar to the way I play, although I don't play as many tournaments as John has in the past or anything. Again, I'm a teacher that plays poker, not a poker player that teaches. My degree is in education from the University of Southern Illinois, and I've always enjoyed working with my students and clients, seeing what first with a free 30-minute interview on Skype to see what they've read, what experiences they've had, what their success rates are, where their troubles are, what they think their strengths and weaknesses are, and then we go from there. And I observe and I ask questions and I shadow and I provide input as they make all their own decisions, and then we give them a set of new tools to put in their toolbox, so different options, different lines to take against different types of players from different positions. Everything's different in this game. Remember that everybody is always saying it depends, it depends. Well, it does depend. When you're playing these single table tournaments, especially these 9-player, not 10-player, you've got to make it to second place. Third place gets your money back and then a little bit, which is fine. I mean, your first goal is to play the best that you can play, make little mistakes, and get yourself down to the bubble where you're near the money. And the second place is get into the money, the second thing you have to do. And then the third thing is to move up. First place is going to get 50% of the action, and second place is going to get 30%. The 20% hardly covers. It does cover your entry fee and maybe $6 or $7 left over. you can't survive playing an hour, and this is a 10-minute round event, so it's going to take an hour or so to play. You can't survive like that, winning only third place or not being in the money at all. That's why it's imperative to get the second and then really get up there and match wits with people and get into that first place zone. That's where the money is. Yeah, we had a raise and check, 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 and I just wonder if these guys have hit the ace or they got under pairs. Oh, crazy, crazy Queen 9 calling that one. Let's take a look at that one real quick here and see if we can get a replay on it. And hang on a second. Trying to go all the way to the end here. Don't know how to do this too bad. Queen 9, but it doesn't show. It didn't show the other person's hand. I don't know how to get it to show, so I apologize. Now this guy should be bringing it up a little bit, but he doesn't. So I'm just gonna min raise this guy here. See what he wants to do. Not gonna limp. Gonna check that off a flop. And I'm just going to get out of the way. So I wasted some chips there from the small blind. Could have folded it. Could have bet 15, saved some money. But take a shot. There's a 90 from an earlier position. Man with lots of chips at 2,800. More apt to call here when he has a connector or 2 painted cards, but he decides just to fold. Gia, meow. 120 into 195. Not all the confidence in the world that he hit there. Let's see if he takes a free card here. Yeah. Now this guy with the ace, nope, didn't bet. He did have the ace king. I thought he had the ace, and I thought the other guy didn't have diddly squat when he bet that amount. He just bet a little under that he should. And that's something else with John Bola, that if you're watching this today, that we'll talk about bet size into bet pots, different sizes, and what signals certain bets can tell you. You got to read the board, you got to read the player, you got to read the bet size. There's a lot of interesting things that you got to do at the table these days, more so than before, although it's tougher online. The limp in, a little raise to knock him back off. Remember these tables, it's a 100, 200 level that really things really happen, so we've still got lots of levels to go, and they're 10-minute rounds, so don't get impatient. Throw crap like I just did away. You're wondering if you forgot. It's crap. It's still crap. Finally not raining here in Maryland today. It's been rainy and cold. Today it's just windy and maybe 47, 48 degrees. Probably normal for this time of year. No bleak over, no sun out or anything like that. While John Bowler's down there in Florida enjoying himself. He was telling me an interesting story about a place that has a 3-table setup for a home game. Steaks on Sunday, steak dinners, they have breakfast, they have all kind of things. 2-5 games running all the time. Sounded like a wonderful place to stop if you went down that part of Florida. Okay, I'm due for some cards. That's not them. It's 1 out of 2. I need 2 out of 2. I need a quality hand. I haven't had one hand I could actually play. I played the Queen 8 suited, just small blind, big blind. Nothing else. Poopy McPoopface, what a name. Kite Runner. Again, early position, King 10. Some of you might try to limp with that. Some of you might want to try to raise with that. But you got too many people behind you to be wasting chips right now with a King 10. It's not a good hand. I can guarantee you this good vibes here. Get beat King 10. He's either got a fairly decent ace like an ace jack or ace queen, or he's got himself a pair like 9s or 10s. It's more apt that he has ace king, ace queen in early position or when he raises, because there's 16 combinations of that. It's a lot more than combinations of either queens, kings, or aces. Yeah. He may have a pair of kings or 10s. He may have the queen. Like I said, he doesn't want to give another freebie there. Card shouldn't hurt him. Pair of 5s. He had a pair, but he sure didn't have a strong pair. The other guy must have had a draw. 25-50, and I pick up my first group 1 hand, a pair of 10s. This guy raised to 125, so that's a little bit more than 2.5 times. He just raised a minute ago with a pair of 5s. See what the rest of the action is. Let's see. Hope we don't get a re-raise. Let's just see what Gia does here. And let's just see what they want to do now. As far as I'm concerned, I'll just take the money that's on the table with the 10s. I got fold equity here if he's got 2 overcards. Better yet. Oh no. That's the way to go down in defeat. 2 outer. Oh my God. Hey, this is Al Spath. I know you didn't want to see that happen because that'll end the video. But we'll try it again soon. That was an awful beatdown. But it happens, folks. Don't get upset about it. It happens. It happens. You want that matchup every single day of the week. This is Al Spath talking to you from Positive Poker Insiders. And go Poker India. Take care, everybody.